How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. A little homebrew review action.
Yes.
A homebrew redo review.
Yes,
well, not really a redo, because it's a different stout than we reviewed before, because it was a different batch, because we were brewing it the day we reviewed the other one.
No.
Okay.
We reviewed this 3 weeks after I had bottled it.
That's what it is. So this is... We reviewed it 3 weeks after we bottled it, and now... So we're talking about 3 months now this has been in a bottle.
Yes.
And tell people about this one.
So, this is a stout. I wanted to do more of like what I now look for in Imperial Stouts, which is a lot of fruit character. So I used a malt that I've never used before. I used it in this and also a barley wine.
What malt?
Special B.
Okay.
It has like a little bit of kind of like a raisiny, kind of fruity character to it. Yeah, I've never used it before. I'm like, I make big beer all the time. That's what I really like to brew. So let's toss it into a stout and a barley wine and see what happens. Then I aged this on oak chips that I had soaked in Elijah Craig 12 for just under a month. It was aged and then bottled.
Beautiful. How long did you soak the chips for?
Till I wanted to use them. Okay. So, a while.
A long time.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Joe from NEPA Beer Reviews. If
yes.
you don't know him, then you're whatever. Anyway, first things first. So you said a stout aged on chips soaked in Elijah Craig. And label-wise, love it. It's my favorite label. I
think this...
There's a smiley face on the cap. That's why I like it.
Yeah. I think this came in at about 10-2. I think this one was... or it's either... It's 10-something.
Ooh, it's dark.
Well, we found the stout.
Yeah. So you're talking 10 and change.
Yeah, 10 and a bit. One of them is like the lower side of 10, and the other one is the higher side of 10. I don't remember.
Special B hops. What? Special B malt. What kind of hops?
Just an ounce. I think an ounce and a half of Cascade.
Ounce and a half per 5 gallon.
Per 5 gallon. Yeah. So like basically no IBUs.
At the beginning.
Yeah, just the beginning of the boil. When I do big beers like this, I don't care about hops. I just toss them in there to say that they're there.
Yeah.
I'm really looking for the preserving factor to be the alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking about beautiful, just under somewhere between coffee and mocha colored head. Beautiful creamy top to it. Just under 2 fingers worth. That head does not look like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. No. And like I said when I was pouring it, that sucker is dark. You can get the ever so slightest bit of brown along the edging, but that's about it.
There's only like... I've scaled back the chocolate malt. Because I haven't done... This was the first stout that I've done in a long time.
Yeah, because you had a bad run of stouts.
Yeah, I had a bad run of some stouts, and I was like, alright, fuck it. I'm having better luck with barley wines. I'll do those, and I'm like, I really want to do a stout, so let's rework
it's total dumb luck, because there's no reason why the stout should be less... You know what I mean?
I think it was like very early on, like 3 all-grain homebrews in, and I do a fucking Imperial Stout. Yeah. You know, and then,
so what you're saying is you did stouts, then you met me, and then you started doing barley wines? No, because you did the barley wine before we met, so I'm just joking. I'm just trying to...
I'm doing the Thomas Hardy clone.
Yes.
Sort of clone. Because it's more of testing a theory than anything.
So yeah, I mean, it looks like a stout. Let's see what she smells like. Yeah, baby. Roasted malts. Chocolate roasted malts. You said you dialed back the chocolate malts, but I still get a nice, decent amount of like a dark baker's chocolate with a nice roasted malt to it. It doesn't smell like a super bitterness in there, but it smells like a nice, sweet roasted malt. Not getting much bourbon.
No.
Maybe ever so slightest bit of oak chippiness there. Did you char them at all?
No, they were just in a mason jar. Soaking in about a cup of bourbon that I would like top up
every now and again,
just to keep like some liquid in there as well.
Yeah, nice chocolate roasted malt. Maybe this ever so slightest touch of coffee I'm getting from it, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it smells like a nice stout. So let's dive right in that sucker. Cheers. dogs are angry because we're drinking beer.
Yeah.
Way more oak in the mouth. Way more roasted malt in the mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it actually tastes quite a bit different than what I remember.
Yeah, same here.
As my dogs, all my dogs go nutty. I remember it being a bit sweeter.
Yeah.
And not as intense. Like that roasted malt and that oak is pretty big in it now. Still not getting a ton of bourbon.
No. But age is definitely dialed, like that 2 months or so is definitely dialed up a lot of flavors. It was definitely more subdued and a little bit like cleaner.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks old, which is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd figure it'd be kind of a little bit opposite, maybe? Because, time usually brings balance, and it seems like a little bit more unbalanced now than it was when we had it before.
Yeah. I'm actually getting a little bit of a bourbon flavor. Very, very, very slight.
I'm reaching for it. I don't know. Maybe a little bit in the back in the end.
Yeah.
I like it. This tastes different than what I remember.
Yeah, it tastes different than what I remember as well.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, like in a good way. I really like where it's going, and I want to see where.
I actually think you might. He knows infinitely more than I do when it comes to brewing. But just off the top of my head, I think more hops might be a good thing for time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
like that might be the
agree.
thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That brought the balance to it. But
I would agree.
It's a nice beer. Well. I think when I rated it, and again, like I said, we lost the original review we did this. I think I gave it a really high score. I think I gave it close to 90. This is not going to be close to there. I think this is more like an 84. Really nice beer. Just seems a little bit more disjointed from what I remember. And that's time. It's time with a new beer. It's like, 3 weeks versus 3 months.
Yeah.
Is a lot of difference. But it's still...
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely dial up hops and... or even, keep the same amount, just use one with a higher alpha acid. So I'm getting
this is not the one you used coffee in, is it?
No, that's the
barley wine. That's right. Sorry. It's like... To me, it needs a little bit more sweetness, but also a little bit more hops.
Yeah.
Not that I want it to be sweeter, but just a little bit more sweetness and more hops to balance it out. If that makes any sense.
No, that does, and I see where trying this now. I'm like, oh, okay, I should probably tweak this recipe just slightly.
Yeah.
Malts are fine. Aging wise fermentation wise, aging is fine. I need a little bit more. It needs a little bit more bitterness to just kind of. I think that would help it along.
Yeah. And this is me just spitballing on off the top of my head. What about laying down all those chips and blackening one side, charring them up with a blowtorch?
Yeah.
And then soaking them that way to just kind of throw a different dynamic in there and just kind of bring out a little bit more of whatever.
You could even get heavier toasted chips.
Just do it yourself.
You can do it yourself.
That's what hand blowtorches are for.
Yeah. Fire
and beer. That's what I'm talking about. So like I said, rating-wise, I give it an 84. He's not going to rate it because it's homebrew for 1 and 2. It's his own beer.
Yeah, it's mine.
Value and availability, 10. Because I can get it whenever I want and it's free. There you go.
Yeah.
So, so there you go. Joe, NEPA beer reviews. No name on his beer yet, so we'll call it Jonapa beer. It's just Joe NEPA beer. Whatever. I don't know. I tried to make a joke there. It didn't land. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Homebrew review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive beers in all 4 of those places. Joseph?
You can find me and Amanda. I didn't do the us in the last review. You can find us at nepabeerreviews.squarespace.com. You can also find myself at NEPA Beer Reviews.
You can find him on the couch where he's going to be sleeping because he didn't say us.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we find me at NEPA Beer Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at NEPA Beers on Untapped.
Yeah, and as of right now, we're doing this Sunday thing where we do like a live Google Hangout called at Love Beer Radio. You can check it out via my channel, Massive Beers, and on iTunes day after I usually post it. So if you guys want to hear us ramble about beer even longer than we do on these reviews, check that out. If it still doesn't exist when this gets posted, then it's okay. Anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice homebrew stout right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.